Hello, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Martin and tonight I'm on my own in the house, so I'm going to do myself a proper little treat because the good lady doesn't enjoy steak all that much. I've got a beautiful bit of steak. I'm going to cut it real fine, put it in a sandwich, some onions, some tomatoes, a little bit of sausage sauce going on inside our cheese top baps. Going to be absolutely delicious. With that said, let's get our steak cooking and get on to some morge. Right guys, you join me at the cooking station. I've got a little bit of olive oil in my pan here and I've got a lovely piece of sirloin steak. Just to let you know, this is now the evening time. I got this out at lunchtime today. This is room temperature, like it couldn't be any more room temperature now. Unseasoned, all I've done is taken the top off of this. So what we're going to do is get our pan on nice and hot. This is good for me now, this is pretty warm. So all I'm going to do is go straight in with this. Like I said, unseasoned, straight in the pan. You want a bit of a sizzle, which we are getting. Ooh. And we're going to let that sear initially on that side. So we've been going about a minute. All I'm going to do is flip it around a bit, flip it over. You can see the colour change on that already. We're getting a little bit of caramelisation over the top in the first instance. Amazing. Now I quite like my steak about medium rare and I've got a relatively good feel for this now. So I think this is going to be cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes. Either side. Maybe not. So now we've flipped our steak, I want to season this side. So I'm going to go in with some pepper in the first instance, a really good crack of pepper, because I'm a bit of a pepper fiend to be honest. Pepper's good, right? And a good bit of salt. Get that bad boy out. I'm going to flip it back over again. And then I'm going to season this side as well. Oh, we're getting some lovely caramelisation now. I've got something in my eye. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but this is smoking pretty well. I don't know why I'm still over it like a moron. Let me say that. Good. Starts to tighten up. You feel the meat change as it tightens up a bit. So at this point now, I know that I want to go in with a really good knob of butter. Probably about 3 teaspoons of butter. Chuck that straight in. And what I've also got is 2 bay leaves out of my garden. I haven't got any garlic unfortunately, so I can't put any of that in, but 2 bay leaves in and just give it a nice little... Angry leaves. You can smell the aroma coming from those bay leaves already, it's absolutely wonderful. We're just going to baste our steak like this. I find this really satisfying to do because you can see the bubbles come off the bubbles off the butter as you pour it over. Right? Look at that. Give it one last flip, I think. Now this one here, I'm happy that that's cooked to my liking. So I'm going to remove this from the pan and set it aside on a chopping board. So I want something a little bit delicious to go in my sandwich. I've removed my steak, so what I'm going to chuck in, this is about 1/4 of a large onion that I've sliced really, really fine, or diced I should say, really, really fine. I'm going to chuck that into the remaining butter that's in the pan. what I've also got is probably about 8 cherry tomatoes that I've just sort of cut into about 3. I just kind of roughly chopped them a little bit. As you can see, that's the sort of size I've gone for. I'm going to chuck them in as well. Straight into the pan. And what we want to do is just create like a little sauce, and that's going to go on the base of our sandwich to be absolutely wonderful. So I'm just going to cook this for a couple of minutes, if that, just to give it, just to sort of toss it all together. Beautiful. I've just got a little ramekin here that I'm just going to decant all this into. Bit of a drama. I set the fire alarm off. So as you can see, our steak is beautifully cooked. Rested now for a couple of minutes. I'm salivating, this looks absolutely amazing. The kitchen smells great, bar the incredible amount of smoke I've created. So I'm just going to grab myself a big sharp knife and chop this into nice little pieces. I don't know if you can see the paws come up. My cat's very interested too. I can't wait any longer. Oh, wonderful. So what I've got here, cheese top roll. I'm going to grab a spoon. What I'm going to do is smother the base of our cheese top roll in this oniony, tomatoey, buttery goodness as a nice little bed for our steak when it finally goes down into its final resting place before it meets my goal. So a nice little base of that. We're going to layer some of our steak on here. Like that. And then I've got here a piece of manchego cheese. I chose manchego because I didn't want to go for cheddar. Cheddar's a bit too sharp for steak, it would just overpower everything. So I'm going to stick that on like that. And all I'm going to do is put this onto a plate, bang it under the grill for a minute till that cheese is nicely melted, and then it's time to devour. So our cheese is wonderfully melted. Not bubbling, but just wilted. And I don't know any other word for it, but sweaty. But if you know, you know, like sweaty cheese is good stuff, right? So I'm going to top it with the top of my bun. Oh, the juices are just flowing out of this. And look at that beautiful looking sandwich. Mmm. 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 Oh, that's wonderful. The onions have like really cooked down, like really quickly. Big punch of salt from the big salt flakes I used. Tomato just lifts it a little bit, brings a bit of acidity. Steak cooked perfectly. And the cheese just melted over the top, just brings it all together in a nice warm dairy blanket. Anyway, cheers everybody, happy cooking.